Hey guys. So, I was just thinking, and I asked myself if there was one thing, one message that I could share, one thing I could tell anyone, what would that be? And I was thinking, and I was thinking, and I'm like, man, a video's not going to happen today. And then I thought, the one thing that I would tell somebody was to always look towards love. My advice would always be to look towards things to love. It would be to look towards things to be grateful for. It would look towards things to find joy in. It would be to look for things that bring me into a state of love, of gratitude, of feeling joy. Now, why would I say that? Well, we all want to feel joy. We all want to feel grateful. We all want to feel love. But what we don't often realize is that love and gratitude and joy are a natural state of the human condition. Some people will say that the human condition is very erratic. And I don't believe that. I believe that as a result of our ego, as our state of individuality, that we've lost the ability to connect with our source, which we're getting back slowly but surely, and also the inability to recognize that those emotions of love and gratitude and joy are the demonstration of our connection with Source, with God. That in feeling love, in feeling joy, in feeling gratitude, feeling it in here, that we are then connected to our Source. I feel that we've gotten lost in who we are here. That we've gotten lost in who I am as a human being and away from who I am as a spiritual entity. We've lost our way simply because of what we've been taught, of what we've seen around us, of what we've witnessed from others. And yet there's always this calling to come home, isn't there? There's always this calling for the Christed self to step forth. There's always this call for our soul to come closer to God. No matter what, we all search for happiness, for joy, for peace, for gratitude, for more love. That's what our soul calls us towards. And yet we've gotten so distracted in our own minds that we have forgotten that bliss, that love, is our very existence. We've gotten so lost from the fact that we are all expressions of the one source that you can call God. We've gotten so lost in our minds stuck here, moving through constantly the thoughts that are, not even necessary. We get caught up in all the rambling and all of the confusion and all of the forgetfulness. Everyone tells us, no, creationism is the only way, or evolution is the only way. And never do we ever find balance between the two. We get so lost in ourselves, telling everyone else what's right, that we forget that ultimately everyone's right. It doesn't matter. Because if you seek deep enough, if you find that place of bliss, of love, of compassion, of kindness, of gratitude, of joy, of enthusiasm, you found God. And from that place, you can't act without God. From that connected place with Source, with our spirit, with the spirit of life, when we're there, when we've chosen to establish that connection, we cannot act from a place of disconnection. It can't happen. But yet our beliefs in this presence, this God source, because we can't see it, because we can't smell it, because we can't hear it, because we can't taste it, because we can't touch it, we really have a hard time believing that it's there. We see these miracles all around us. We see the trees growing. We see the fruits appearing from the trees. We see children growing. We see babies being born in a mother. We see kindness and compassion being shown. And yet, we still decide that that living presence within the trees, within the fruits, within the growth of a child is not there. We choose to disconnect ourselves from that loving, all-being, ever-joyful presence, simply because we cannot experience it with our senses. And yet, we see people on the TV, psychics. We meet people, monks, yogis, and there's something different about them. We see the psychic on the TV and we think, wow, I wish I could do that. I wish I could connect with people who've crossed over to the non-physical. And then when it comes to creating our own reality, we say, can't do it. God doesn't exist. If God existed, that child wouldn't have gotten cancer. If God existed, there wouldn't be world hunger. If God existed, so many people wouldn't be in poverty and homeless, starving. If God existed, there wouldn't be so much dis-ease in the world. There wouldn't be cancers, there wouldn't be HIV, there wouldn't be autism, there wouldn't be Down syndrome, there wouldn't be... And yet we never take responsibility for our own reality. We see people hurting each other, and we say somebody should do something about that. And we stand by watching, forgetting that we are somebody. We see people being rude to each other, and we stand back. And we don't speak our minds. We don't stand up for that person. Because you don't know them. We see someone in the grocery store who can't afford some food. And we stand back. And we say, oh, they're on welfare. They should get a job. Then they could afford that food. We forget who we are. Forget that we are all expressions of the one source. We've forgotten to love each other. Love is our natural state, but love is a choice. Love comes forth as you align your thoughts with Source. Fear comes forth when you are in disharmony with Source. When we start practicing that, reminding ourselves, I'm feeling fearful, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling alone. Recognize that that is your choosing. That ultimately you are feeling alone and sad and fearful because and as a result of the thoughts you are in that moment thinking. So when you feel a certain way and you want to feel differently, look towards your thoughts. Thoughts don't just happen. Well, I guess they do. The law of attraction dictates that they do happen. But they happen as a result of our conscious direction of them. Don't think of a pink elephant. Just thought of a pink elephant. Think of somebody you're grateful to have in your life. Start there. Tell you what, start with something you like, period. I like exercise. I like dark chocolate, almond and sea salt chocolate. I like free-range organic eggs. I like fruits. I like kissing my fiance. I like holding hands with her. I like petting Caesar. I like meditating. I like taking walks in nature. I like sitting and watching a movie. I like wearing my funny toe shoes. I like reading good books that inspire me. I like singing. I like dancing. I like... Start there. Make a conscious choice for your own happiness. Make a conscious choice to move in the direction of love. Make a conscious choice to move in the direction of God. Work towards that. It's a practice. You've been doing something disconnecting you from God. You can never disconnect yourself. How do I say? Pinching yourself off like a hose. Pinching it off from God for so long that it's going to take a little time to unclog the pipe. The whole while the pipe from the aspect of Source was trying, and it was moving towards you. And as a result of watching this, you're going to continue to grow now. And you're going to open slowly but surely. You're going to let it go. Let go of all the restraints you've been holding along the hose. It's just been you clamping it down. And it's going to take a little work for you to finally let that go and release it. But when you do, you'll finally connect with that place of yourself that is God. In those moments of joy, even if it's from your unconscious recognition of doing something or thinking about something, remind yourself, I'm connected with God. I'm connected with Source. Bask in that. Stay there. Just hang on to that for as long as you can. Allow it to be there. Let it fill you up. Remember that feeling. And it'll drift away as it always does. But you have the option to go back there. Always. God never chose to disconnect from you. It was always your choice. It's always been our choice. Always. God did not choose to leave us. God has never been away from us. The source of all things, of all life, has always been with us. But it was our choice to separate from that. And now that you're watching this, you're ready to reconnect with that. Things will come into your life. Books, videos, thoughts, feelings, people. And they'll remind you that you, in your very essence, are the source of all that is. You are the ocean of life. Witnessing yourself as just a wave, but fully and truly the ocean. That's who you are. It's your choice to connect with that or separate yourself from that. You've always been worthy. You've always been more than enough. It's only up to you to recognize that. That's it for today. As always, my friends, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I am you. You are me. We are one with the Source. We are one together. Talk to you next time. Bye.